Hello, and welcome to the Broke PhD podcast, where we build relationships or kindle emotions with every episode. I'm your host, Dr. G. On this episode of Broke PhD podcast, I share the first 5 things out of the 10 things that I wish I would have known earlier in life. This segment is a 2-part segment, so be sure to check out episode 23 to hear the other 5 things out of the 10 things that I wish I would have known earlier in life. The first thing that I wish I would have known earlier in life is to not let the opinions of others impact your well being. Now, I don't want to flat out just say, don't care what other people think, because as human beings, we naturally want to fit in. And so we naturally are going to care about what others think and the opinions of others. And in order to grow as an individual and to become a better human, you sometimes need that feedback, whether it's positive or negative, to aid you as you grow in your own journey. But it's important that you don't take these opinions to heart and to not let it impact your well-being and to impact your mental health as much as possible. I know, easier said than done, but I highly encourage you to take things that people say with a grain of salt and remember that sometimes when people say something, they might be projecting their own negative self-doubts or their own negative self-thoughts, and they're not actually commenting on who you are as a person. So remember that. And again, to try not to let the opinions of others impact your well being. The second thing that I wish I would have known earlier in life is to stop trying to people please. Not everyone is going to like you and like what you do or like what you think. And that's okay. That you are not going to be everyone's cup of tea or cup of milk tea if you're a boba girly like me. I think that was one of the biggest things that I had to come to realize is that I am not going to make everyone happy and I'm not going to be able to please everyone that I encounter. And that's okay. That doesn't mean that there's anything wrong with me. Sometimes you vibe with some people and sometimes you don't. And that's okay. The third thing that I wish I would have known is that your journey has its own timeline. I want to emphasize that you will reach milestones sometimes faster than those around you and sometimes at a later period in life than those around you. And there's nothing wrong with that. I think especially in today's society, we're told that you have to reach certain milestones by certain ages, and if you don't, then you're behind in life. That sometimes it takes people a really long time to figure out what their purpose is in life or what they want to do or what they want to achieve. And there's nothing wrong with that. And as humans, we are going to ebb and flow and go through different seasons. And with those different seasons come different goals and different dreams that we might have or want to achieve. And as such, it means our timeline may look very different than those around us. So be sure to not compare your timeline to others. The fourth thing that I wish I would have known is to prioritize the things that you want to prioritize. You and your family and your friends or your colleagues may all have different priorities or different goals or different dreams that you're trying to achieve. And as such, it means you might prioritize different things in your life differently. And that's okay. If you're looking to achieve something in your professional life or achieve something in your personal life, then your priorities are not going to be the same as the person right next to you or that you may encounter. And so you need to take time to introspect and think about, what do you want to prioritize? What are you trying to achieve? What do you want to go after in life? And be sure to shape and prioritize those things so that you can achieve those goals. The fifth thing that I wish I would have known earlier in life is to live in the moment and be present. I am guilty of oftentimes in my 20s trying to live for the future, that if I do this, it'll set me up for this in the future. If I go through this, it'll set me through this in the future. And I didn't really take enough time to be present and to live in the moment. So now in my 30s, I'm trying to learn from those mistakes and to be present and to really be immersed in everything that's happening around me through every experience that I go through. Well, that concludes this episode. But again, please be sure to check out episode 23, which will be part 2 of this 2-part segment of the 10 things that I wish I would have known earlier in life. And if you enjoyed listening to this episode and you want to check out more Broke PhD podcast episodes, then be sure to check out the website, brokephdpodcast.shop, to continue to follow along. Please remember, no matter where you are in your own life journey, you got this. Once again, I'm your host, Dr. G, and I hope you have a wonderful day.